ॐ सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। Welcome you all to the next session of Sangeeta Ratnakara, an overview offered by Arsha Seva Kendram. And we have moved on to the next adhyaya, the next prakarana in the Raga Viveka adhyaya. We have seen how Sharngadeva, the 13th century musicologist, a great Shaivite, a Hatha Yoga expert, also a wizard in mathematics, well versed in Ayurveda, has integrated all those Shastras into the mesmerizing Grantha named Sangeeta Ratnakara. In our previous session, we discussed about Gramaraga, Uparaga, Bhasha, Vibhasha, Antarabhasha as the first step in the Raga Viveka. In today's session, let us see how he further expands this Raga Viveka into Raganga, Bhashanga, Kriyanga and Upangas. So, he talks about Atha Raganga Bhashanga Kriyangopanga Nirnayam Keshanchinmatamashritya Kurute Sodhalatmajaha. So, the identity of the Ragangas, Bhashangas, Kriyangas and Upangas, he talks about them. The son of Sodhalatmajaha, attempts to establish the identity of the Raganga, Bhashanga, Kriyanga and Upanga on the basis of some of the extant views, we can say. And Ranjanat Ragata Bhasha Raganga Dehe Api Ishyate. Deshi Ragataya Proktam Ragangadi Chatushtayam. So he says, delightfulness, Ranjanat Ragata. Delightfulness is the essence of Raga, and that obtains also among the Bhashas and Ragangas. So delightfulness is very important in all the different aspects of Raga. But these four are described by way of Deshi Ragaha. And next he says, Prasiddha Gramaragaha Deshi Ragataya Proktam Ragangadi Chatushtayam Prasiddha Gramaragaadyaha Keshit Deshi So here he comes up with well-known ancient ragas. He first talks about the ancient ragas. The ragas, he talks about those ragas which were ancient, which were there already in existence before he started writing this grantha. तत्र पूर्वप्रसिद्धानाम् उद्देशः क्रियते अधुना. So शङ्कराभरण, घण्टारव, हंसक, दीपक, रीतिः, कर्णाटिक, लाटी, पाञ्चाली इति बभाषिरे. So he talks about 8 ragangas which were well known in the ancient times. And then ragangani. And then Gambhiri, Vehari, Shvasitotpali, Goli, Nadantari, Nilotpali, Chaya Tarangini, Gandharagatika, Veranji, iti Ekadasha Menire. So he talks about 11 bhashangas. There are 8 ragangas and then 11 bhashangas. Then there are 12 kriyangas. Bhavakri, Swabhavakri, Shivakriyaha, Makarakri, Trinetrakri, Kumudakri, Anukriyaha, Ojakrihi, Indrakriya, and then Nagakriti, Dhanyakriti, Vijayakri. These are the Kriyangas, Kriyangaragas, which are 12 in number. So there are 8 Ragangas, Shankarabharana, Gantarava, Hamsaka, Deepaka, Riti, Karnatika, Lati, Panchali, and then 11 Bhashangas, Gambhiri, Vehari, श्वसितोत्पली गोली नादांतरी नीलोत्पली छाया तरंगिणी गांधारगतिका वेरंची and then 12 kriyangas bhavakri swabhavakri shivakriya and then makarakri trinetrakri kumudakri anukriya and then ojakri indrakriya and then nagakriti dhanyakriti vijayakri. These are the 12 kriyangas. And then he talks about 3 upangas. They are Purnati, Devala, and then Gurunjika. And all these Chatustrimshadime ragaha prag prasiddhaha prakirtitaha. These 34 ragas well known since ancient times, according to Shargadeva. And then now he talks about Adhuna Prasiddhanam Uddeshaha Pratipadyate. So currently well known ragas. Currently means during the time of Shargadeva. Till now he has given those ragas which were popular since ancient times, and then now he is describing those ragas which are popular during 13th century, around 13th century. Adhuna prasiddhanam uddeshaha pratipadyate. Madhyamadihi, Malavashrihi, Todi, Vangala Bhairavau, Varati, Gurjari, Gauda, Kolahala, Vasantakaha, Dhanyasi, Deshi, Deshakhya. These are the ragangas of the 13th century. 13 Trayodasha ragangas. Then he talks about bhashangas. Dombakri, Savari, Velavali, Prathama Manjari, and then Adika Modika, Nagadhvani, Shuddhavaratika, Natta, Karnata Bangalaha, and then Bangalau. These are the Bhashanga, Ninava Abruvan. So these 9 Bhashanga ragas were popular during the times of Sharngadeva. And so, according to Kallinatha, this Dombakri is another name for Bhupali. And then he talks about again 3 Kriyangas only. They are Ramakriti, Gaudakriti, and Devakri. So Devakri is common to both ancient ragas and the ragas, Kriyanga ragas, popular during Shargadeva's time. Okay, then next he talks about Upanga Saptavimshati Ruchyate. There are 27 Upangas according to Shargadeva. These Upangas popular during Shargadeva's time. They are Kauntali, Dravidi, Saindhavi, Upasthana Varatika, Hataswara Varati, and then Pratapa Varatika, Varatyaha Shat iti Chaya Turushkadyetu Todike. And then Maharashtri, Saurashtri, Dakshina, Dravidi, Tyamuhu, Uktaha Chatasraha Gurjaryaha, Bhunjika, Stambatirthika, छाया प्रतोपोपपदे वेलावत्यौ च भैरवी कामोदा सिंहली छाया नट्टा रामकृतिस्तथा भल्लातिका च मल्हारी मल्हारो गौडकास्ततः कर्णाटो देशवालश्च तौरुष्क द्राविडाविति. And then एते अधुना प्रसिद्धाः स्युः द्वापञ्चाशन् मनोरमाः. So among the 27 upangas, there are 6 varieties of 6 varati actually. 6 forms of varati. Kuntali, Dravidi, Saindhavi, and then Upasthana Varatika, Hataswara Varati, and then Pratapa Varatika. And then 2 forms of Todi, Chaya Todi and Turushka Todi, and then 4 types of Gurjari, Maharashtri, Saurashtri, Dakshina, and Dravidi. And then next, he talks about the total number of ragas. And some people say this Malava Turushka is the Malava Gauda raga. And I was hearing to some lecture demo there, the speaker was saying Maya Malava Gauda. See, this Maya is added only to bring it under the 72 Melakarta ragas. So Malava, any questions, Bhagini?
Katapayadi, I said. I thought I was on mute. I just said sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, that is true. So, like for Kalyani also, they add Mecha Kalyani, no? Same way, Maya is added to Malava Gauda. So here, Turushka Todi he is talking about. So he says it is Turushka Todi, Malava Gauda. And then Deshavala, somewhere I read it is Kedara Gauda. And then Ramakriti is Bauli, according to Kalinatha. And Bauli in our Carnatic tradition. And then when we add these Sarvesham api Raganam Militanam Shatadvayam. So the 13 Ragangas, 9 Bhashangas, 3 Kriyangas, and then 27 Upangas, they will be 52. And then Dvapanchashat Manoramaha Adhuna Prasiddhaha. So Sarvaraganam Sammilita Sankhya, if you look at Sarvaraganam Sammilita Sankhya, the total number of ragas, Sarvesham api Raganam Militanam Shatadvayam Chatushastyadhikam Brute Sharangi Shri Karanagranihi. So Sharangadeva, the accountant general of the king, Shri Karanagranihi. In our childhood, when we used to go to our village for summer vacation, the elders would be talking, no? The time they would say Karanam's house. Some person was there who was working as an accountant somewhere, I don't know where. But they would talk about that Karanam's house. So I never understood why he is called Karanam. So Shri Karanagrani describes the sum total of 264 ragas. So how do we arrive at these 264 ragas? Tatra adau gramaragaanam keshanchil lakshma chakshmahe deshi ragadi hetunam sheshanam tatra tu. So from among these, the characteristic features of some of the Grama Ragas in the first place, and then with the rest of them, that are the sources of Deshi Ragas, and so on in the context of the letter. So it gets expanded actually. In the first prakarana, in the Raga of the Raga Vivekadhyaya, Sharangadeva gave us 30 grama ragas, 8 uparagas, and then 20 ragas, 96 bhasha, and then 20 vibhashas, and then 4 antarabhashas. It summed up to 178 ragas in all. In the second prakarana of the Raga Viveka Dhyaya, he has given 34 Prag Prasiddha Ragaha and then 52 Adhuna Prasiddha Ragaha. So in all, it becomes 86 and the 178 ragas of the first prakarana and the 86 ragas of the second prakarana, it will lead up to 264 ragas. So he doesn't count the Bhasha Janaka ragas here because they are contained in their categories, and also only such ragas are mentioned which are very popular among the people. Many ragas that were prevalent but not so well popular have not been taken into account. They are not at all discussed actually. So Matanga says Anibaddha, undefined. And then next he talks about the Prag Prasiddha Gramaraga Nirupanam. There the characteristic features of ancient ragas is discussed. He says, there he talks about Shuddha Sadharita, Shadja Madhyamaya Jataha, Tara Shadja Grahamshakaha, Nigalpo Madhyamanyasaha, Purnaha Shadjadi Murchanaha. Avarohi Prasannantalankrito Ravi Daivataha, Vire Raudre Rasegeyaha, Prahare Vasaradime. Viniyuktau Garbhasandhau Shuddha Sadharito Budhaihi. So, if you look at the Shuddha Sadharita, here, born of the Shadja Madhyama, with the Tara Shadja for its Graha and Amsha, initial and fundamental notes, and then having a weak Nishada and Gandhara, Madhyama as the Nyasaswara, complete with Murchana Uttaramandra, and then embellished by Prasannanta. Prasannanta we have seen actually in the which prakarana did we come up with the Prasannadi, Prasannanta? Alankaras, I think. So there, how does this Prasannadi come? It will be the reverse of Prasannadi. That is, Prasannadi would be Mandra Dvayat Pare Tare Prasannadi Rudiritaha. If two mandra tones are followed by one higher tara tone, taraswara, it is known as Prasannadi. So Prasannanta would be the reverse of Prasannadi. Tadvailomye Prasannantaha. Sa, like that. So here also he is talking about Prasannanta, embellished by Prasannanta in the descending pattern. And then Ravi Daivataha, sun is the presiding deity, and it is meant to be sung in the context of the sentiments of valor, Vire, Raudre, Rase, Geya. And then it should be sung during the first quarter of the day. And then employed in the Garbhasandhi. What is this Garbhasandhi? Garbhasandhau. Viniyuktau Garbhasandhau. What is this Garbhasandhi? So in Sanskrita Natakas, there are 5 sandhis they talk about. These sandhis are not our Vyakarana sandhis. They are different important junctures. They help in a structural development of the story. So what are those sandhis? Mukha, Pratimukha, Garbha, Avamarsha, Nirvahana. So Mukha Sandhi. What happens in Mukha Sandhi? The story is introduced to the audience. Characters of the play are introduced, and the setting. What kind of under what kind of settings the events are going to happen. All these are established as the central idea, that is bija of the plot. If we look at Abhignana Shakuntalam, there, how is the story introduced? First, the Vidushaka or the Sutradhara comes and he starts talking with the Nati. She will sing some invocation, invocatory song, and then with that song, he will start asking her, "Oh, are you talking about Dushyanta?" Or he will say, "Oh, how Dushyanta is running behind the deer." All these. So, how beautifully the topic is introduced. There is so much of dhvani in that. So directly they don't take up the story, and that is called Mukha Sandhi. And then Pratimukha, the next stage is there is a development in the from the initial situation. The bija sprouts into action. So if we look at Abhignana Shakuntalam, Mukha Sandhi is Dushyanta meeting Shakuntala in the hermitage, Kanva Ashrama. And the Pratimukha would be, it will culminate at their Gandharva Vivaha. And then the Garbha Sandhi, the Garbha Sandhi he is talking about here. So this is the core actually, heart of the drama we can say. Here, Shakuntala is cursed by sage Durvasa, and she's forgotten by the king. With that curse, what has happened? She's forgotten actually, and this stage, at this stage, the plot reaches a crucial turning point. The audience or the viewers, they are in Tamil movies, they say, no, Naham kadichindu okandirpa, like that, biting their nails, they will be terribly, actually, they themselves will be tensed. Oh, what will happen to Shakuntala? Like that. And then Avamarsha, the fourth sandhi is Avamarsha. This involves reversal or dilemma or the decisive challenges being faced by the whoever is enacting the drama. So here, whoever is enacting that character actually. So here, Shakuntala is humiliated actually. The king doesn't recognize her. She is sent to lead her life by her father along with two attendants, and they leave her there and they go back. And she's all alone. She doesn't know what to do. So much of humiliation, people talking all sorts of negative comments she's hearing. And at that stage, what is she going to do? That is the Avamarsha and Nirvahana. So resolution of the conflict. Bija reaches fruition and bringing the story to a closure, and it ends with harmony actually. Restoration or fulfillment of dramatic purpose. So there is reunion of Dushyanta and Shakuntala in Swargaloka. So why this Garbha Sandhi is being talked about in this Grantha is Gramaragas were designed and sung to fit in Samskrita Natakas. So that is why all these this rasa is there, then alankara is there, when to sing, what to sing, how to sing, all these details are given. And when we look at most of the Samskrita natakas, they all contain, if it is a huge nataka, that nataka will contain all the sandhis. Otherwise, there will be only one or two sandhi. Ekanka nataka, only one sandhi. If it is a little bigger, then there will be two sandhis, like that. So next he talks about, let us come back to Sangeeta Ratnakara. So here Sharngadeva talks about the definition of raga lapa. All the time we are talking about raga. And he says, grahamsha mandra taranam न्यासापन्यासयोस्तथा अल्पत्वस्य बहुत्वस्य षाडव औडवयोरपि अभिव्यक्तिर्यत्र दृष्ट्वा सह रागालाप उच्यते. So the melodic pattern that makes it possible for the manifestation of graha and amsha, initial and fundamental notes, and the extent of the Tara Mandra Swara singing, and then the Nyasa Apanyasa usage of Nyasa Apanyasa Swaras, and then the Alpatva and Bahutva of the Swaras employed, and the Shadava Audava formations, how they are employed, all these will come into place during the Ragalapa. Ragalapa is nothing but vocalization of the raga. Then next he talks about the definition of Rupaka. Rupakam tadvadeva syat prithak bhuta vidarikam. So this Rupaka is also the same as Alapa, but the difference is the sections. The sections are distinctly separated actually while singing. If Alapa is singing in an uninterrupted continuum without resting on the Apanyasa, Rupaka is taken, the same section is taken with a pause stopping on the semi-final note. So that is Rupaka. And then Akshiptika Lakshanam. Next he talks about the definition of Akship. All these Rupaka, Akshiptika, these are all related more to Natakas, Gramaragas, Natakas, and then Chachat Putaditalena Margatraya Vibhushita Akshiptika Swarapada Grathita Kathita Budhaihi. So it is composed with verbal text set to notes and talas such as Chachatputa and the three margas Chitra, Vartika and Dakshina. And there is this a different variety of composed Nibaddha Gita. And then he talks about Karana and Vartani, inclusion of Karana and Vartani. No te Karanavartanyau Prabandhantargateriha. So Karana and Vartani are not mentioned here as they are dealt with in the context of Prabandhas, the fourth chapter, Prabandhadhyaya. There they are discussed. So here he has not discussed them. And then Rupaka Nirupana Pratignya, the scheme of dealing with Rupaka, he talks about. Matangadi matat brumaha bhashangadishveva rupakam. The author has mentioned ancient ragas and ragas of his time, around 13th century. So there are 86 ragas in all, 34 well-known, Purva Prasiddhaha, 52 well-known during his time. Then in the first prakarana of the Raga Viveka, he mentioned making a total of 178 ragas. So the total number of ragas together is 264. From among the 264 ragas, the author proposes to deal with Grama ragas, some of which are related to Deshi ragas as their source. Thus, they belong to Marga Sangita according to Matanga. And then Deshi ragas are the ragangas and so on. So what happens is Sharangadeva does not consider it necessary to define them in detail. Instead, he will deal with their parent raga. He doesn't want to discuss about bhasha, vibhasha, antarbhasha, all those things. He will directly deal with the parent ragas and those ragas which were popular during his time. He doesn't want to waste his time on those. And next, he has given some examples like some raga for raga lapa and karanam akshiptika and all those things that I have not I have decided to skip them because we don't know how they used to sing them. And then same way the way Shuddha Sadharita is described, same way the author describes Shadjagrama, Shuddha Kaishika, Bhinna Kaishika Madhyama, Bhinnatana, Bhinna Kaishika, and all many more ragas which are mentioned there. All the ragas belonging to Shadjagrama, the ancient popular ones. And then Sahetau, Sahetuna, Adhuna Prasiddha So Madhyama Grama, Madhyamadihi. So he talks about Lakshma Adhuna Prasiddhanam Sahetunam Bruvethuna. So he talks about Madhyama Grama ragas. The characteristic features of the ancient ragas recognized as the source of popular raganga ragas. So here also there is a huge list of ragas and what are the jatis involved and what are the swaras in each of them, and then how what are the raga lakshanas and all those things. And he talks about Bangala, Gurjari. Gurjari is born out of Gurjarika. And then Gauda, Hindola, Vasanta. Vasanta is also called Deshi Hindola. And then Revagupta, and then Deshi, and then he talks about some bhashangas and some source ragas, we can say. Travana is a raga, is a bhasha raga of Bhinna Shadja. Dombakriti it is used to express misery, and all such details are given by him. And there are descriptions about Bhogavardhani, Velavali, Prathama Manjari. Velavali is very dear to Vishnu, he says. And then when we look at the final table, so there are 13 ragangas, 9 bhashangas, 3 kriyangas, 27 upangas. So some people have tried to divide this Raga Viveka Dhyaya like the way it is done by Sharangadeva himself for the first Swaragata Dhyaya. So here some people have attempted like Marga Raga, Deshi Raga, Raga Lakshana, Raga Vibhajana, Raga Sambandha, Raga Utpatti and Raga Rasa Rupa Prakarana like that. And then when we look at those ragas actually, Varati has 6 upangas. Kauntala Varati, Dravidi Varati, Saindhavi Varati, and then Apasthana Varati, Hataswara Varati, Pratapa Varati, and I think Pratapa Varali, that is even today popular among Carnatic ragas. And when we look at Todi Upangas, Chaya Todi and then Turushka Todi, and then Gurjari Upangas. Gurjari Raga, actually, Dikshitar has composed one Kriti in Gurjari. You might have heard heard that. And then the same way, Adhuna Prasiddha Deshi Raga also he has done. And then, most important thing Sharngadeva talks about is, he says, when the ragas that do not follow any particular rule with regard to Shruti, Swara, Grama, Jati, but that follow the trend prevalent in the different regions are called Deshi, according to Sharnadeva. So he says, Yesham Shruti, Swara, Grama, Jatyadi Niyamaha Nahi. नाना देश गतिच्छाया देशी रागास्तु ते स्मृताः. So discretion is the most important aspect in Deshi Sangeeta, Deshi Gayana, Deshi Vadya, Deshi Nartana, like that. And then wherever rules are strictly applied, it becomes Marga Sangeeta, according to Kallinatha. And then he also has talked about Prakirana Bhashangas, Kaishiki, Saurashtri, and then Lalita, Saindhavi, Gaudi, Travani. And we usually hear, no, people say in some composition, Panchama Ragam. But according to Yashtika, this Travani is a bhasha of Panchamaraga. But some people consider it as bhashanga. And then there is Taka Kaishika, Malava, Dravidi, all those things. And when we look at Dikshitar's compositions, this Mangala Kaishiki, but he has composed this Mangala Kaishiki Kriti on Ranganayaki Tayar of Sri Rangam. It is so beautiful, actually. Shri Bhargavi Bhadram Medishatu. Like that it comes. And when we look at Tyagaraja Swami's Mangala Kaishiki, that is a bit fast paced. Like the present day generation, they are like, no, youngsters. Jaya Jaya Shri Raghurama, Jaya Sajjana Hridaya, Sajjana Hridaya Navasoma, like that. So only I have heard Dr. Balamurali Krishna sing this. So beautiful. And I got one Swati Tirunal composition also. Shibekayalum Narulidum Shri Sarasanabhan Vibudhali Kalpakasunangal Giravil Vasichidave Munivarundat Munivrindatil Ma, like that, something it comes. And when Gurjari Raga, Guni Jana Dinuta Guru Hodaye Gurjari Raga Priye Parashive. This is also Dikshita's composition. Okay, and I was searching for Hindustani. Only people have sung Gujri Todi. Actually, it is Gurjari Todi. Okay, so in my school days, I had learnt one Meera Bhajan. I never knew what raga it was. Suddenly, it was so strikingly similar. It is like I'll just sing that Meera Bhajan. It was so nice. Of course, I like. I don't know how.
Lataji has sung one that bhajan.
Huh?
Lata Mangeshkar has sung now one.
Oh, I
Nandan,
don't.
Nandan, Nandan, दिठ पड़या माई सांवरो सांवरो. That I think is Gurjari Tode. I've heard people say that.
I think मेरो मन राम ही राम रटे मेरो मन राम ही राम रटे राम नाम जप ले जो प्राणी कोटिक पाप कटे जन्म जन्म के खत जो पुराने जन्म जन्म के खत जो पुराने नाम ही लेत फटे मेरो मन राम ही राम रटे मेरो मन राम ही राम रटे कनक कटोरी इमृत भरियो पीवत कौन नटे मीरा के प्रभु हरि अविनाशी मीरा के प्रभु हरि अविनाशी तन मन नाही हटे मेरो मन राम ही राम रटे मेरो मन राम ही राम रटे मेरो मन राम ही राम रटे मेरो मन राम ही राम रटे
Krishna only, no? I've never heard. So many things are there.
So
मोरे भूल गए सावरिया मरिया भूल गए Is that Gujari also? Yeah.
So there is a huge ocean of ragas. So there we come to the end of
I mean, with
the
slight
Raga
variation.
Vivekadhyaya.
Slight variation.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So there we come to the Raga Vivekadhyaya, end of Raga Vivekadhyaya. So two adhyayas we have had the overview, and next week we will be taking up Prakirna Adhyaya. There also it's a very huge adhyaya. Let us see how to. And same problem again next week. I have